At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen.
Welcome back as we enter the second inning in today's softball game here between DMA and Smyrna at the Midway Complex. We have no score. Frost struck out the side in the top of the first, and Dixon came back with 2 Ks in the bottom of the first. So here we go to the second inning, and leading off for Smyrna, the pitcher, Peyton Dixon. 500 hitter on the season.
Yeah, she's been impressive. She's gotten it done all season long. 13 RBIs for this team. Leads by far. Second on the team, I believe, is Brantley, or Shirey, I apologize, with 7.
Yeah, I think Frost took a little something off of that one. Swing and a miss by Dixon. That one low as it bounces up to the catcher for a ball.
I mean, both teams in that first inning, they did get some traffic on the base paths, but these pitchers are elite, and I think we're going to see, like I said, another great pitcher stool here today.
There's a swing and a ground ball to the second baseman over to first, and a quick out here in the top of the second. Play made by Richardson for DMA.
Good job staying down on that by Richardson there to get the out. Another good start to an inning here.
Brings up Michaela Brantley, the center fielder for the Smyrna Eagles, as the umpire calls time. Wants to say something to Smyrna head coach Nikki Shirey.
Yeah, I'm sure what this could be
Not a bad day today here at the Midway Complex.
No.
A lot of cloud cover. We do have some patchy blue here and there.
Yeah. I mean, when the sun's out, it is gorgeous. When the clouds kind of go over, it does get a little breezy. But yeah, I mean, it's a lovely day to be outside, Glenn. There's no doubt about it.
Our cameraman, Mike Lang, started out Tuesday night's game with his shorts on and not too much up top. And once the sun went down, he had to make a beeline to the parking lot.
And he's challenging Mother Nature again today with the shorts.
First pitch to Brantley is low for a ball. Both pitchers today southpaws. Cross delivery, and there's a bunch. He deadens it nicely. Pitch up, throw to first is in time for the out.
What a pick there by the first baseman. I believe that's Wenzel.
Yes.
Tremendous pick by her over there at first base. The throw was a little bit low. Runner bearing down. Be able to pick that out of the dirt to get the second out. That was impressive there by the Seahawk defense.
Second out of the inning, that brings up the designated hitter Johnson for the Eagles. And she offers for a bunt, but fouls it over the backstop for a strike. No score in this one.
Yeah, Glenn, I mean, this has been, as advertised. It's still early in this game, but it's got a good pace to it.
Another bunt down the third baseline, picked up and thrown to first, and they get her again. Good defense that half inning for the Seahawks. And once again, Smyrna goes down 1-2-3. Well, we go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here at the Midway Complex. Good leather that inning.
That was. I mean, the first inning, Grayson Frost took control, striking out the side. And then, as you mentioned here, the defense getting in a little bit of action. I like what Smyrna did, right? Let's put the ball in play. Let's challenge their defense, see if we can get some runners on base here and make some things happen. But, DMA was up to task, and it was very clean defensively. Very, very clean by them. That was an impressive half inning, as you mentioned, Glenn, for DMA.
Something Smyrna tried to do against Jess Walter against Caravelle Tuesday night, just nickel and dime you, and eventually they broke through in the 6th inning.
Yep.
However, I think that was one of the key moments of the game when Smyrna had scored a run to tie it, and they had bases loaded with 1 out, and Jess Walter struck out the next 2 batters to get out of the jam.
Oh, Glenn, it was huge. And we mentioned that during the broadcast. You're exactly right. They had an opportunity to really put some runs on the board and take control of that game, but she was just so dominant that night on the circle, coming up with big pitch after big pitch, putting batters away after getting 2 strikes. And, Smyrna had their opportunities.
Yeah.
They definitely had their opportunities.
All right, leading off bottom of the 2nd for the Seahawks, Laird, the designated player. Comes my center fielder again from Smyrna. I think we might have to do a little arm bump next time she comes out here. Let's get all that stuff. Peyton Dixon ready for the first delivery here in the 2nd. Swing and a miss.
Perhaps a little bit off speed on that one. The swinger, or the batter there, a little bit out ahead of it. I believe this is Laird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called strike.
Yep. Glenn, we've seen it so far. The umpire really favoring that outside part of the plate. These 2 pitchers, they should attack it. It's there for them, and that's a tough pitch to put in play.
Oh yeah, definitely. Dixon does again go outside, but that one's a little high for a ball. A ball and 2 strikes to Laird.
And as a batter, you see that from the pitchers. You got to try and push this ball the other way.
And she does that. And almost chased, I'm going to assume, a parent over there with a camera.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to keep fair.
Nice swing that time by Laird, just a little late on it.
Which can happen with Peyton Dixon. I mean, we saw that on Tuesday. We saw a lot of late swings. She can bring it.
There's a ball pulled right to the 3rd baseman, over to 1st, and 1 down here in the top of the 2nd.
I mean, once again, Peyton Dixon just doing a good job here in the circle, commanding the strike zone. Letting her defense make plays for it too. That's important.
And just like we saw Jess Walter do Tuesday night, she used the off-speed pitch perfectly that time. Got Laird out in front of it. Here's the pitcher, Frost, takes a called strike.
Yeah, the off-speed pitch, especially when you're throwing as hard as these pitchers are, is a weapon, Glenn. It really is. Especially with how much they can deaden that ball. It's got to be a 20-mile-an-hour difference.
Swing by Frost, foul tip. Into the middle of the catcher, 0-2 count on Frost. Yeah, twice Dixon has gotten ground outs on the left side using that change. Rise ball's high for a ball 1, 1-2.
Yeah, I like that 0-2 count. See if you can get the batter being a little bit antsy at the plate. That's a good waste pitch there by Dixon.
1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. No score in this game. Foul back. DMA threatened in the bottom of the 1st. Got runners to 1st and 2nd, but couldn't get anything across. Smyrna has gone down in order 2 straight innings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Dixon had a walk. Was it 2 walks in the 1st inning, or walk and a hit?
Walk and a hit batter, yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a ground ball just past the outstretched glove of the shortstop for a hit. That's the first hit of the ball game. Overthrow alertly the first baseman for Smyrna right there.
Yeah.
That's McCutcheon.
That was a good piece of hitting there by Frost, and that was obviously the first one. That was what I was just about to say, and it ended up being the broadcaster's jinx was, with Peyton Dixon, if she's able to control the strike zone, she's got the advantage. But right away, Frost able to put that one right up the middle. It's a good piece of hitting by her.
Right, the batter now is Richardson, the second baseman.
Can't quite see who that is on first base there, Glenn.
Oh, they ran for the pitcher, you're right. That
Maybe
is
Lindsey
Hen, sophomore. Yep, so Hen at first. Rise ball high for a ball.
That's not a bad spot, though, by Dixon. I mean, the majority of her rise balls early in this game have been up around head level. That one was right around the letters of the jersey. That's a good spot because that's on the borderline of being a strike.
Looks like they had a little hit-run action on there. Fouled away. 1-1 count.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Challenge Smyrna. Make sure that their rotations are crisp.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind that at all.
Del Calo had a stolen base in the first inning for DMA. 1-1 pitch. Offers the butt, gets it down nicely, the first base line. First baseman fields it, throws over, and they said safe.
It looked like they pulled her off the bag there.
Must have pulled Duca off the bag.
It is. Yeah, you put the ball in play, and good things can happen, Glenn. I mean, that's an important thing. You see it in baseball. You see it in softball as well. Make the defense make the plays.
So once again, DMA for the second consecutive inning. Runners at first and second. One out this time.
I think you may see it again here, Glenn.
And it'll be the bottom of the order. This is Campbell playing center field today. Yep, there's a bunt offer. Third base line, and Dixon, the third baseman for Smyrna lets it go foul alertly. Because they probably weren't going to get anybody there. Nice bunt.
I believe that's Shirey on third base. Yeah, that was good because it landed in fair territory but was making its way over towards the foul line. And you're right, that would have been trouble.
Ball had a lot of spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are so hard to handle.
It's a big spot here for Campbell.
Swing away. Fouled it off, 0-2 count. On deck, Deloso, the right fielder, top of the order for the Seahawks.
Great job here by Dixon getting ahead of the batter here. Now let's see if she can put her away.
Outside corner. Did not get the call this time. 1-2.
I like that, though, right? We've already alluded to it. Umpire has liked that outside pitch. That was just a little too far outside that time.
And why not waste one? 0-2, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see if Dixon goes out there again. Now the batter calls time and steps out. Campbell. So we have substitute runner Hen at second. Richardson at first for DMA. The bottom of the order making some noise here. Swing going the opposite way. Foul ball.
How about that? That was almost a really good piece of hitting there by the freshman Campbell. I like what she did. Went with the pitch, tried to hit it the other way. But, that ball was naturally slicing coming off the right-handed batter there. Couldn't keep that one fair.
So the count remains 1-2 to Campbell. Swing and a hit. Just gets past the shortstop. A run will score. Throw to the catcher, and the runners move up to second and third. It's 1-0 DMA.
What a hit there. The freshman Campbell coming up. Similar hit to what we saw Frost do to lead the inning off. Right up the middle. The run scores. The throw goes into home. She advances to second base. So now you still got two runners in scoring position for the Seahawks here. What a job by the 9-hole hitter there.
And she was a late replacement. You remember Coach Roman Allen came out here to us and said, hey, we got a sub for you. He says Campbell's going to be in center field today.
I mean, that's what you got to do, right? It's the next player up mentality. You get your opportunity, you take advantage of it. That's got to be a good feeling for the freshman.
All right, Deloso with an open base here, 1 out. She grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. Swing going the opposite way. First baseman fields it, goes to first. The run will score, and it's 2-0.
I was going to say, Glenn, that was a good piece of base running there. The runner on third base kind of froze, and once she saw the first baseman, I believe that's Kirsten Johnson, right? Is that or is it McCutcheon? I think it's
McCutcheon's the first baseman.
Once she saw McCutcheon turn her back, take her eye off the runner, she bolted for home plate. Tremendous job there.
So Campbell over at third now with 2 outs. Brings up Del Calo, who walked the first time. DMA with an early lead here on Smyrna, 2-0, and the bottom of the second.
You got to give the Seahawks credit here. I mean, Peyton Dixon's been throwing strikes this inning, and they've been putting it in play. You know, singles, just putting the ball, making the defense, forcing the defense to make plays, and they've gotten 2 runs out of it.
Called strike, first pitch to Del Calo, 0-1. And both of the singles were hard ground balls up the middle, just past the shortstop.
Yeah.
Maxton.
Yeah, I mean, just out of her reach.
Del Calo takes high for a ball, 1-1.
Good job here by Del Calo. Those were they weren't easy takes.
Well, she worked a walk last time up. That one's low and outside, so it's 3-0. That pitch is right in there. Ground ball right to the first baseman, McCutcheon, who walks over to the bag and ends the second inning. But DMA with a couple of hits scores a couple of runs at the end of 2 here from the Midway Softball Complex. It's DMA 2, Smyrna nothing. We'll be back after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC...
Welcome back as we enter the third inning in today's softball game between number 1 and number 2 in the state. Our new rankings will come out early next week, and we might have some shifting around because DMA lost its last game to Sussex Central, and Smyrna dropped a game to Caravel. Smyrna has yet to get a base runner. This is Price here in the top of the third inning.
Did they? She went around, Glenn. They said she offered. They checked with the first base umpire, so 0-1 count here. Yeah, let's see how Grayson Frost, now with a lead, let's see how if the approach changes at all. She was kind of aggressive to begin with, but I'm curious to see what happens now.
Price, the left fielder for the Smyrna Eagles. Leading off here at the top of the third.
I mean, how about this? I mean, Smyrna, talk about a rough week, right? You get a tough matchup against Jess Walters on Tuesday, only to turn around and play Grayson Frost here, another tough pitcher. I mean, this offense is seeing two of the Delaware's finest back-to-back here.
Smyrna got to face the freshman sensation from Sussex Central in their first game this season.
Mm-hmm.
That game went extra innings. Madge Layfield, there's a ground ball to second. Fielded, throw over to first, and it's 7 in a row put down by Frost.
I'm impressed with her. And she's doing it in a multitude of ways, kind of similar to what we saw Peyton Dixon do on Tuesday, right? I mean, she's getting the strikeouts when she can, but she's also relying on her defense. And DMA's defense has been good. I mean, you can remember the second inning, Smyrna tried to put a couple bunts in, and they did a great job of throwing the runners out.
McCutcheon is up now. Takes low outside for a ball. We mentioned the freshman Madge Layfield for Sussex Central in that opening game, her first game on the varsity level, Layfield. And there's a shot to right field. That's a foul ball. She struck out 20 batters in that ball game, but lost 2-1.
That's talent right there, Glenn. I mean, 20 strikeouts. I mean, there's only 21 outs in a game.
Well, it was an extra inning game.
Yeah, okay.
So at least 8 innings, but yeah, that's some performance.
It is. My Lord.
Can't wait to see her. I'm going to have to make sure I get to a Sussex Central game here in a couple of weeks.
No doubt.
McCutcheon fights that one off. A ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good battle here. A couple foul balls, spoiling some pitches. See what Frost does to try and get this out.
Outside pitch. McCutcheon lays off a little bit high. 2-2.
I like it though. I like the idea. Count's only even right now, so see if you can get her to swing at that rise ball.
7 straight Eagles retired by Frost. And there's a bloop shot. The shortstop moves over and makes the catch. That's Del Calo for out number 2.
Just jammed her on that one. I mean, that ball it looked like it kept cutting in on the batter. And there was just not much that Maxton could do with that one. It was pretty much, I'm going to bloop this and hope that it falls. Just good all-around defense. Del Calo over there in an instant.
Well, that's my mistake. McCutcheon is up to bat now.
Only reason I saw the number.
Yep.
That's all. The only reason.
Called strike to McCutcheon.
Hey, when the sun comes out, it's bright out here.
That one's low for a ball. Eight straight retired now by Frost to start this ball game. Smyrna looking for its first base runner. That's outside for a ball.
See, that thing had a little bit of movement. Some kind of like cut action she's got going on. She's going to run away from the lefties and run into the righties.
It certainly did. That one's fouled back.
And that's the same pitch that she jammed Maxton on to get her out in the previous at bat.
Right. And there's an outside pitch for a strikeout. 9 straight retired by Frost, and strikeout number 4. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd with DMA on top, 2-0.
That was filthy. I mean, there's back-to-back batters there that she gets out with, and I'm not sure what that pitch is called, but like I'm saying, it looks almost like a cut fastball. They're just running away from the lefty, running into the righty. The movement, that thing had to move a good 3 or 4 inches. Started to look like it was on the inside part of the plate. It ended up like 3 feet outside. There's not much you can do, and that's coming at you, high 50s, low 60s in terms of miles per hour.
The Delaware Live has another full slate of action for you next week, starting Monday night with lacrosse. That's Salesianum and Cape Henlopen. From Abyssinia, And another good matchup there. Two of the best teams. Cape is the defending state champs from 2019.
Yep.
And, of course, Louisiana always strong in lacrosse.
It also looks like Tuesday as well, Glenn, on the 20th. DMA will be taking on Wilmington Friends. That's a 4 p.m. face-off there. Thursday, baseball doubleheader between Conrad and Salesianum at Frawley. And then William Penn and Friends doing the nightcap. That'll start at 4 p.m. The first game will start, and then that Penn-Friends game will be around 7 shortly after that. And then Friday, baseball matchup between DMA and Sussex Central at Frawley Stadium. So quite the action coming up, Glenn. Like you said, full schedule.
All right, here we go, the bottom of the third. Edivane, the third baseman, takes a called strike from Dixon. And that one's outside and low for a ball. 1-1 count on Edivane, who struck out her first time up. 4 strikeouts through 3 innings for Frost for DMA.
It was a big shutdown inning by her, right? Her offense got her a few runs. She just mowed Smyrna down.
Fouled back, 1-2 count. And Dixon has 2 strikeouts here in the third. I got up that time, and I was ready for Brantley, but she just totally ignored me.
She wanted no parts.
Nope. Fouled away. Just like a player should be, concentrating on the game.
That's right.
Don't worry about that knucklehead back there behind center field. Dixon checks the armband.
Ooh.
Came in tight on her that time, and Edivane fouled it off her foot.
Those hurt, man. Those hurt real bad.
That's a stinger. So try to walk that one off.
Rub some dirt on it. You know, one thing I appreciate, Glenn, is I'm a bit of a uniform fanatic. Both teams rocking the old school stirrups today.
Yeah, that's right.
I really appreciate that from both teams. I love that. There they
Smart.
are. You can see them right on your screen here.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. Bring stirrups back to the game on both sides. Softball and baseball.
Dixon delivers to Edivane, outside part of the plate. Too far out there for ball 2, 2-2 count.
And I like both teams' uniforms just in general, the design of them.
Yeah, I like DMA's helmet. That's really sharp.
Yeah.
Right side and in foul territory, McCutcheon catches the pop-up for out number 1.
Good job there. Again, Peyton Dixon jamming batters. She gets it done in a multitude of ways. Strikeouts, soft contact. Very rarely do you see balls hit hard off of her. We saw a few of them against Caravel, but very rarely do batters barrel it up on her.
First pitch is outside to Sobocinski, who was hit by pitch her first time up. Yeah, I think there was only really 2 hard-hit balls, maybe 3 in that game. 2, one was caught in the outfield, one was a double. And, of course, the last one by Layla Rock, that was the game winner.
Yeah. Glenn, not to get off topic here, but I just peered over to the other field, and we just saw a Newark Charter home run.
Okay. Yeah, we do have another game
Yeah.
right next to the field that we are playing in here, this game at Midway. And it's St. George's Votech. And there's out in front of that one, fouled down the third base side and out of play.
Goes to the other field. Went right to the other field. But, yeah, we saw someone touch them all over there. Didn't quite get a number, but
I'm sure we'll have somebody. We have quite a crew out here today.
that is true.
2-1 count to Sobocinski. As she flies this one, that might bloop in. Is it going to be fair? Foul ball.
Good battle here, Glenn.
Good crowd out here today, too.
I was thinking the same thing.
All the way around the fence line,
All the
pretty
way around-
much.
Yep, all the way around the fence line. You see a lot of the chairs out. I love there's a crew out here in right field, I believe it's right field, left field, that had the tailgates down, sitting on the car.
Yeah, see, it's tough when you're in the outfield. You're turned around. Ground ball right up the middle. Dixon can't get it. Bad hop on the shortstop. And that will go in for an infield single.
That's the third time now DMA has really hit the ball up the middle, and it's resulted in 3 hits. But you're right, that was a tough hop there from Maxton.
Yeah.
Hopped up at the very last second. And that needed to be a clean play in order to even have a chance at getting the out there. Tough break there for the Eagle defense.
So Basinski, a 1-out base runner, brings up Downs. Struck out her first time up. So DMA has been able to get a base runner in every inning so far. Smyrna has yet to get anyone on base, period, against Frost.
Yeah, Frost has just been extremely efficient.
Ground ball, right side, second baseman Duca has it, flips to short, Maxton back to first, not in time, but they get the force on Sobocinski for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, great job by Duca, right? I mean, that was just beautifully, it led her right to second base. I mean, a nice flip, gave it right to Maxton, right where she wanted. Good speed down the line, though. Couldn't turn 2.
That brings up the designated player, Laird.
But DMA I've been impressed with. I mean, they're putting the ball up the middle, and that's exactly where what you want to do. Put pressure on a defense.
That ball almost looked to be redirected to the catcher. High and tight for ball 1. Laird takes a strike.
That ball looked like it had some movement on it.
1-1 count. Smyrna is the 2-time defending state champs. Of course, we had no spring sports last year. Smyrna won the 2019 title over Caravel 1-0. There's the bunt right side. Hit the coach.
I'll tell you what, man, that came off the bat with some sting, too.
Yeah.
That wasn't deadened.
No. And he's trying to shake it off.
Yeah, that got right in the bare shin. He's wearing the Mike Lang shorts, yeah.
Yeah, you know these coaches, they're tough guys. And gals.
That's right.
Outside pitch, pulled to the left side and foul. Count remains 1-2. Downs at first base.
Oof.
Off speed.
Froze her. And that definitely froze the batter. We saw Dixon do that a few times against Caravel. Fortunately, that pitch, when she misses it out of the zone, she freezes the batter.
Right back to Dixon. Turns, throws it to first. And we are through 3 innings here at the Midway Complex. And the score remains DMA 2 and Smyrna 0. We'll be right back after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy. Come on in. Premier is a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations near you in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Every patient receives personal attention with an individualized model of clinical excellence and care. Our goal is to get you back to your favorite activities. From injuries due to work and automobile accidents to post-surgical care to sports injuries and more, Premier offers direct access to our physical therapists, allowing you to schedule your appointment quickly and easily, even without a prescription. Find our convenient locations at www.premierptsp.com. Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. You may have tried physical therapy, but have you tried Premier? Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy. Come on in. Premier is a...
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 4th inning today here at Midway. Smyrna trying to get their first base runner of the game as we're getting a zoom in now on the stirrups that Pat brought up earlier.
Love them. I love them. Both teams rocking them.
Yeah, I like the color contrast out here today. Smyrna in their road grays with the red highlights, and then DMA in the home white jerseys, blue numbers, blue pants. And I like those helmets. It's like a khaki helmet.
Yeah. You know, Glenn, I never appreciated the color contrast until I got introduced to the broadcasting realm and how important it really is to have good color contrast.
Yeah. Leadoff hitter for Smyrna, Duca, takes the ball. That one hit her foot. It looked like she was going to offer bunt, pulled the bat back, and now Smyrna has its first base runner of the game.
She wore that one. And she's got to walk it off. Yeah, that one struck her right in the middle of the shin. I was wondering if she offered at that.
I did too, but it looked like she just pulled it back, and the umpire made no
yeah. And
no kind of call on it.
And DMA hasn't challenged it. So.
Right. Now you got a speedy runner here, Duca at first base. Lipkins at bat. And you know DMA is thinking steal, and there she started and stopped, and it's probably unfortunate for Smyrna that she did because the catcher dropped the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she did wear one off the shin there. You know, I was thinking maybe DMA tries to throw behind her to see how that how that ankle's feeling, but she does. She looks to be good. She doesn't look to be hobbled.
Lipkins took a ball. She goes on that one. No, she stopped again. She's faking me out.
It's such a skill to be able to start and stop the way that she does. It's not one that I was ever gifted with. the
gotta
good
have
start stop.
Gotta have good ankles.
You do, man.
Frost is ready to Lipkins. Gets an outside call for a strike.
That's painting right there, Glenn. That's putting the painter's tape up and putting a fresh coat down on the walls. I mean, that's just impressive.
Pat, you said the umpire today likes the outside call, and both pitchers are taking advantage.
Yeah, why not? Why not? And you know, you give the umpire credit. He's been consistent. The strike zone's been the same, I feel like, for both teams.
That outside pitch is a ball. Duca holding it first. I'm kind of surprised that she's not trying to take a base here. They must be respecting the arm of Sobozinski. That's a called strike on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, Glenn, I mean, that's a good point. You know, they haven't challenged her. And also, I mean, Frost's command has been great. So, I mean, she's hitting the mitt. I mean, Sobozinski's barely got to move it. So, she's in position ready to throw every time.
Full count offering is a foul ball. Nice catch by the second baseman and dead ball because she went out beyond the fence, and they will award Duca second base. She made the catch, but then she went out in dead ball territory on her. Her momentum took her out there, so the base runner gets the bag.
That is a tough call right there.
Yes, the out goes in the books because she caught it before she hit that fence line. And then her momentum took her out beyond that into dead ball territory.
That's a tough one right there. I mean, because that puts a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs, and all that was just tremendous effort play.
That brings up Shirey, who struck out her first time up on a called strike.
Man, I don't know.
It's a tough rule.
That is a tough one, Glenn.
That's, you know, when you go over the field and everything and ground rules before the game, you know, they tell you, okay, there's an imaginary line from the end of that fence down to wherever the point is. Yeah, and it's so tough. You want to make the catch, you want to make the out.
Yeah.
But you'd have to stop on a dime, and it's hard to do because you're running so hard.
Yeah, and like you said, both coaches agreed to that at the beginning of the game, so it's understood.
Mm-hmm.
Now is an opportunity for Peyton Dixon to help herself out here, Glenn. And, you know, Smyrna offense that has been stifled to this point by Grayson Frost. This is their first real opportunity.
Duca at second. Ground ball right at the shortstop. Duca tried to interfere with her a little bit, but they come across and they get the out. So Smyrna gets a base runner finally, but they can't score. And it remains 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, you know, great job once again by Grayson Frost. She let a runner get on with the hit by pitch, but her defense picked her up. They sacrificed the extra base to get the out, which, you know, that turns out beautifully for you, especially when you got, you know, your ace on the mound, or in the circle, I should say. Another opportunity there for Smyrna to make, you know, or their first opportunity to make some noise, and it kind of went by the wayside. But now I've been impressed with Grayson Frost so far. We heard about her. We knew that she was getting the job done for DMA over the past few years, but to see her in person here, I've been impressed so far.
Yep, she has a no-hitter through 4. And if she hadn't hit Duca, it'd be a perfect game at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And, I mean, right now, you're Peyton Dixon. You just have to, just like you did against Caravel the other day, keep your team in the game. Just keep hitting pumping the strike zone, trusting your defense to make plays, and then you just got to hope that, you know, when you guys get into the dugout and get to the, you know, the batter's box, that you make something happen at some point here.
DMA in the bottom of the 4th will have Frost, Richardson, and Campbell, and they did the damage back in the second inning.
No, you're so right about that. Bottom of the order definitely produced for DMA first time around, so we'll see what they can do here, see if they can add on.
So here's Frost, who singled just past the outstretched glove of Maxton, Smyrna shortstop, back in the 2nd. And she scored well, she didn't score a run. The substitute runner did. Ground ball to the right side, right at the first baseman. McCutcheon 2 steps to the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 4th.
Good job by McCutcheon staying down on that ground ball. Good fundamental play. And good 1 pitch, 1 out for Peyton Dixon, which is just what the doctor ordered for Smyrna. They want to get back into the dugout. Try and figure out Grayson Frost.
Brings up the DMA second baseman, Richardson. She reached on an error last time.
How about that? Back-to-back batters swinging at the first pitch, trying to get at Dixon early in the count.
As a broadcaster, you have to love it.
It's true.
Keep a good pace on this game. Outside pitch, called for a strike, 0-2.
Again, tough for a batter right there. There's not much you can do with that pitch.
That one's high and tight for a ball. As Dixon wastes the pitch there, ahead in the count. One out here in the bottom of the 4th. DMA on top, 2-0. Outside for ball 2. On deck is Campbell, who has a base hit and an RBI. As she knocked in the first run of the ball game.
Yeah, she's the difference maker so far.
Called strike on the outside corner.
Wonderful. Again, great job by Dixon. Rise ball on the outside part of the plate. I mean, that's that upper left quadrant there of the strike zone. Again, not much you can do there as a batter. You either have to foul that pitch off. It's even hard to hit the other way in fair territory, because that's what we've seen all game, is that ball tailing foul.
Yeah.
It's just hard to do anything with that.
Campbell jammed up, swings and misses. And that's the 3rd straight batter offering at the first pitch.
Yeah. A little bit of a game plan shift second time through the lineup.
2 outs, nobody on here. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Dixon trying to get out of this inning in quick fashion.
Yeah, Smyrna got to try and gather some momentum in this game. And maybe a quick inning like this will do that.
Now Richardson will Campbell will step out. Set back in the box. Here's Dixon's offering. I think she might have grounded that off of her foot. Not quite as bad as the previous batter.
Yeah.
The last inning.
That's that movement that Dixon has on her pitches. I mean, you're thinking you're barreling something up, and then it moves last second. Next thing you know, you're toppling it off your foot. That's not fun as a batter.
No. Pop up. Second base, no. First baseman McCutcheon will retire Campbell, and that gets us through 4 innings here at the Midway complex between number 1 and number 2, and number 1 is ahead. DMA 2, Smyrna nothing. Back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Soto Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group with 12 locations in beautiful coastal Delaware. Come check us out. At Soto Concepts, we believe in cooking beautiful, simple food, developing the people we work with, and making the world a better place. Come visit us this fall for our great off-season specials, like half-price entree night and crab cake night. With 12 locations on the culinary coast from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island, we have something for everyone. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Soto Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group with 12 locations in beautiful coastal Delaware. Come check us out. At Soto Concepts, we believe in cooking beautiful, simple food, developing the people we work with, and making the world a better place. Come visit us this fall for our great off-season specials, like half-price entree night and crab cake night. With 12 locations on the culinary coast from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island, we have something for everyone. See you soon.
Thanks for joining our live stream this afternoon on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. I'm Glenn Frazier alongside Pat Gariantes. Producing is Jason Winchell, on the camera Mike Lang. As we are headed to the top of the fifth here. And Smyrna has the Smyrna has the Brantley, the center fielder, up here at the top of the fifth. They've only had one base runner against Frost, who has 4 strikeouts through 4 innings.
She's been extremely, extremely impressive in this one, Glenn. Has all her pitches moving. She's throwing strikes. She's not falling behind hitters.
Gets a called strike on the outside part of the plate against Brantley. We've seen some pretty good pitching this game and that Tuesday night game at Caravel. Walter, Frost, and Dixon.
It's an art form, Glenn. I mean, it really is. It's really...
Bunt. Nice one. Got her. Good play by the third baseman.
That's the third one for Etta Vane today that she's taken care of. One was picked out beautifully by the first baseman, Wenzel, but the last 2 have been rifles and rockets to first base to get the runners. The sophomore at third base has been getting the job done against the bunt. 3 for 3 in this one. And that's hard. I mean, Smyrna's trying. Smyrna's trying everything they can to get some kind of momentum going, get some traffic on the base pass. And it's been tough sledding against this Seahawk defense and against Grace and Frost.
You can see Etta Vane. She's really pulled up on the line against these Smyrna batters. But Johnson is another one here who attempted a bunt. She's going to do it again, and that one goes foul. And that was one of Etta Vane's earlier plays.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, I understand that's the skill, right? The skill is to drop, as a left-handed batter, to drop it down the third base line and beat the throw out.
Right.
But, I mean, you've tested Etta Vane every time, and she's been up to challenge. Do you try and push one down the first base line? I know it's harder to do.
Half swing, a little bit of a slap action that time. That goes foul. So an 0-2 count on Johnson with one out here in the top of the fifth.
I like the idea of slapping it, though. I mean, Etta Vane is getting aggressive now, charging the bunt. Try and poke one by her.
Yeah, try to handcuff her with something hard.
Right.
That one goes over Sobosinski's head for a ball. So Frost here in the fifth inning is throwing a no-hitter.
She's been really efficient. I mean, the command of her pitches is what I feel like is the most impressive thing that I've seen so far from her.
Almost went for that high pitch. And now they're going to check with the first base umpire, and he said no, she didn't go. 2-2 count on Johnson.
It's a tough one to lay off. That's a good job by Johnson, because that's one of those ones that comes in there looking like a beach ball.
Frost has already thrown 2 no-hitters this season and 2 one-hitters. Foul back. Count remains 2-2 to Johnson. Smyrna will have a rematch with Caravel on May 12th down at their field.
Oh, man.
I look forward to that one.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Ooh.
Fouled away.
Yeah, that'd definitely be a good one. You know, and that's the thing that I like to see, right?
Yeah.
These top programs take on each other during the regular season. Sets up really good matchups, and then also, you know, makes the playoff games more interesting because these teams now know each other.
Right. No, I like it too. That bottom dropped out of that one, and she
Wow.
gets a called strike.
You're not kidding, Glenn. The bottom dropped out of that thing. That had some wicked movement. It almost looked like a knuckleball from my angle here. It was dancing.
Well, Johnson was surprised. That brings up Price. She's 0 for 1. Grounded out second to first. Her first time up. Smyrna's had just the one base runner. That's Duca, who was hit by a pitch. Ground ball, foul, down the first baseline. Yeah, I like to see that too, Pat, where the teams, it's upstate, downstate, doesn't matter. They're more elite programs are starting to play each other. Now, these two only started playing each other in 2018.
Yeah.
In 2019, they played twice. In the regular season, DMA beat Smyrna, and then Smyrna turned around and eliminated DMA in the semifinals in 2019 on their way to a championship game.
That's awesome.
Swing on the right side, and that one's foul.
But that's what it creates, these rivalries, and it creates the intrigue come playoff time. That's a great example, Glenn, that you just gave there. I mean, that's something that sometimes you don't see very often in other sports around Delaware.
Now, we'll say with the proliferation of travel ball over the past 10 years or so, as they're swinging a miss, and a strikeout will end at the top of the fifth. 2 strikeouts in this inning for Frost. But anyhow, with the proliferation of the travel ball, like I say, in the last 10 or 15 years, these girls all know each other.
That's true.
So where you had girls from, let's say, Concord, and then girls from Delmar and Laurel, they meet in these tournaments all over the region.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they get to know each other, get to become friends, and it's a great camaraderie, and it's a really good fraternity.
Yeah, no, exactly. And, I think that also that helps overall, like, up the talent level within Delaware. It makes everybody better, I feel like. To have everybody out there playing together in the summertime and doing that, and they get to know each other. It makes it more interesting when they play each other during the regular season because they know each other's tendencies. Just makes for an overall better product. There's the term I'm thinking of. A better product for these sports, in particular softball.
Great for the fans because, again, if you're just playing everybody upstate, like in your conference, and then, you go to out of conference, but you're still playing Newcastle County teams, it lets the people from Georgetown see what the teams are from DMA, and Caravel fans get to see the Smyrnas and the Laurels and the teams farther down south. It's a good mix. I like to see it. I'm glad the coaches, the athletic directors pick up on it and schedule the games.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the fifth inning for DMA. Leadoff batter, Deloso, who is grounded out. And she has an RBI on a sacrifice. She goes up the right side, the first base side, and she's safe.
Wow.
McCutcheon tried to flip that as Deloso got around her.
Yeah, Deloso she rerouted herself there, avoided the tag, which is not easy to do. And I guess once again there, I think Duca was just kind of pulled off the bag with the throw or bobbled it.
Yeah.
And that was all that was needed.
So there's Deloso doing that leadoff thing. She's on first with no outs. Doesn't go on that first pitch to Del Calo, who has walked and gone out unassisted to the first baseman. DMA had its big inning in the second inning. That's where they scored their runs on a couple of hits.
Yeah, and it started on something similar like this, to getting a runner on and then trying to move them around the diamond. And we'll see what Del Calo's able to do here.
That was a called strike. She was offering bunt, pulled the bat back.
Yeah, that was a good pitch there by Dixon. Again, attacking that outside part, as we talked about. That's been the
swing, pop up in the infield, right to the pitcher. The runner, Deloso, was gone, and they're going to call her out. The base umpire calls her out for the double play.
DMA going to try and get an objection with the home plate umpire, but
the DMA coach wants to appeal to the home plate umpire. Now the two umps are going to get together.
Well, they hit and run. They got caught there, right? I mean, she was running towards second base, and that ball was popped up.
Right.
And she didn't know it right away. and she tried to get back. The throw beat her.
Yeah.
The throw definitely beat her. This would be a tough one to overturn because I don't know if the home plate umpire was had his eye on the play or not.
Yeah, DeLoso was taken off on the pitch.
Yeah.
And Del Calo popped it up right to Dixon.
I think they're going to uphold the call. Yep.
Okay, so a double play.
What a play there by Smyrna. Big break for the Eagles there. Try and keep this game where it's at.
So that cleans the bases. 2 outs for Edivane. And she hits one right to first. McCutcheon, foul ball. We're in the bottom of the 5th here at Midway. DMA leading Smyrna 2-0. Ground ball right to Duca at second, over to first, and there's a 1-2-3. Thanks to the double play inning for the Smyrna Eagles. We go to the 6th here at Midway, and it's still 2-0 DMA over Smyrna on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live.
Welcome back to our live stream here at Midway Complex. Glenn Fraser along with Pat Garriantes on the call. Producing Jason Winchell, on the camera Mike Lang. And we have another pitcher's duel. We had a 2-1 game Tuesday night at Caravel between the Eagles and the Buccaneers. We've got another one today, a 2-0 lead for DMA as Frost on the mound here in the 6th. Still has that no-hitter in play.
Hey, Grayson Frost, like you said, she's been in complete control in the circle today, and right now Smyrna needs to try and generate something, to generate a break for themselves, because Frost is in a groove, man. Other than that hit batter, she's been perfect.
She has.
Yeah.
Ball 1 to Maxton, the shortstop. McCutcheon is on deck. Outside part of the plate, called strike. And let's give the home plate umpire credit. He's been consistent all day.
He has. And you know, I don't think I've seen the batters do this, but maybe you start crowding the plate a little bit, cheating out there, looking for that outside pitch.
Same spot.
Yep.
And same call. I agree with you. I think you have to start to get up in the box a little.
Because, neither pitcher, I feel like, has really commanded the inside part of the plate often in this game because they haven't had to. So you can almost eliminate that as a batter.
Outside a bit low for ball 2.
Yeah.
So we're the bottom part of Smyrna's order here in the 6th inning. Frost goes a little bit too far outside, and the count goes full to Maxton.
This is one of those with Grayson Frost. She's got to trust her stuff here. Just go right down Broadway. Attack the batters.
Outside again, and that's ball 4, and there's the second base runner for Smyrna.
It's a good job there by who's that at the plate?
Maxton.
Maxton, yeah, good job by Maxton there. Just laying off the outside stuff and or drawing the walk. You need base runners right now if you're Smyrna. You got to try and create some pressure on this defense.
So McCutcheon is up. The leadoff batter, Duca, is on deck.
Well, we saw the bottom of the Seahawk order generate some runs. To see if Smyrna can return the favor with the bottom of their order.
Exactly, good point. McCutcheon fouled off the first offering from Frost, so 1 strike count to her.
You see here, DMA's coach telling his girls, like, hey, we got to be careful with this runner.
Nice change of pace, and that's a called strike.
That ball looked like, that was one of those, like old Greg Maddox two-seamer. That looked like it was going to hit right on the belt, and that thing came all the way back to the inside part of the plate.
Atlanta Braves reference here.
Look, there it is.
She threw it again and gets a called strike.
What a
big
pitch.
strikeout, yes.
That thing is dancing. That is nasty.
Rare to see a pitcher throw that same pitch there 2 times in a row, and that brings up Duca with 1 out. Runner at first for Smyrna.
I don't know if that's a changeup or a curveball coming from, a softball pitcher, but that thing is nasty.
Duca swings at an outside pitch for a strike. It definitely would have been called a strike. That's the way the zone's been today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what Duca tries to do here.
I haven't seen any kind of bunts, like I said, towards the first base line, which I know is difficult, and it's not really the game.
Again, perfect placement on the outside part of the plate and a swing and a miss.
Yeah, her command is extremely impressive. Extremely impressive.
Well, if you're Duca, I think you've got a pretty good idea where this pitch is going.
It's been all game, the outside part of the plate.
A little bit too outside, a little high. 1-2 to Duca. Key spot in the game here for Smyrna is they got their leadoff runner on here in the 6th in a 2-0 ball game. Duca defensively fouls that one off.
Yeah, and right now it's just you're got to stay out there if you're Frost. They're either going to hit it to Edivane, who's been solid today, defensively, or they're going to foul it away, or you're going to strike them out. Because she does have some late tail. Let's see if she goes with that, like cut her here.
It went with a change, and Duca fouled it off.
That's a good job by Duca. That was a really good pitcher's pitch there, and to spoil that one away is important. See if she can get something to do some damage with here.
Yeah, she showed a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Slowing down her timing on that pitch. And again, fouls off another outside offering. Count holds at 1-2. We're in the top of the 6th, 1 out. Smyrna has a runner at first base. That's Maxton, who walked. And Frost is throwing a no-hitter. That almost hit Duca again. I think they're going to say it did.
Well, she's taking first base.
Well, it certainly wasn't a walk. She got hit again. That's twice.
The umpire's got to talk this one through. I mean, Duca was convincing.
She's selling it.
Yeah, if that didn't hit her, which I can't say that it did or did not, but if it didn't, I give her credit here.
He's bringing her back to home plate. I think they conferred, and I think the base umpire said, no, she danced right around that one. But again, give her credit for selling it.
Look, man, you had mentioned there's a feat going on here today by the pitcher.
Yeah.
You get on base any way that you can.
Now, Maxton gets to hold it second because since the ball was just a ball, the pitch was a ball.
Right.
So we got a 2-2 count. Maxton at second base, Duca up. Outside pitch, called strike.
She is hitting her spots every time, Glenn. Because when she's missing, I think that she's missing on purpose, it seems like. I mean, she is hitting the glove exactly where they're setting up almost every time.
And especially the top 2 batters in the lineup for Smyrna, Duca and now Lipkins, because they're slap hitters and bunters, and she is really getting it on the outside corner.
Look at that.
Called strike.
Yeah, I mean, she's setting them up to be like, you're going to hit it to my third baseman.
Right.
Or you're not going to hit it at all. She's taking away any other thing there from these slap hitters.
And the third baseman, Edivane, has been up to the task today. Another outside pitch, called strike.
I mean, it is right exactly where the mitt is set up at every time. She's hitting her spot every time.
2-strike count to Lipkins. That one's just too far outside for a ball.
good miss, though.
Yeah. Lipkin's 0 for 2 in the game. Outside. Gets a called strike. And that is a strikeout to end the top of the 6th inning for Frost. Jason Frost is bringing it today. She's throwing a no-no through 6 innings. And it's still 2-0 DMA as they will come up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Another stellar pitching performance that we get to see today.
You're
Pat.
not kidding, man. I mean, Grayson Frost has been as advertised. We heard a little, like I said, heard a little bit about her coming into this one, and you know, she has been up to the task today, hitting all her spots. Ball is just dancing up there, and there's not much you can do as a Smyrna batter. You try to make some things happen, but when a pitcher's got it going the way that she does today, you always got to hope for luck. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to hope you luck into a run or two. But it's been extremely impressive. And, you know, Peyton Dixon has been one of the top pitchers in the state of Delaware for years now. And to think that, you know, she gets upended twice in the same week, that's almost unthinkable when you think about the history that she's had and the career that she's had.
She's only allowed 4 hits today.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Smyrna hasn't had any hits. They have had 2 base runners, a walk and a batter hit by pitch. And here we go to the bottom of the 6th here from Midway with DMA up by a count of 2-0. The catcher, Sobosinski, is up to face Peyton Dixon. I'm sorry, that's not to Sobosinski. Yes, it is. Don't second guess yourself, Glenn. Taken for a ball. Sobosinski today is 1 for 1. She's been hit by a pitch and has a single. Takes that pitch right down the middle for a strike. We're in the bottom of the 6th here from Midway. Swing and fouled off. Left field side. Out of play. Sobosinski way out in front of that one.
Tell you what, though, she barreled it. Just hearing the sound off of the bat, she definitely got a piece of that one. Just, way, like you said, way out in front.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Hit that one all the way over there to the St. George's Newark Charter game.
I've seen those balls hit over there. Swung at a low pitch. Catcher missed it. Throw down to first. Just in time. Oh, no, it's safe. So a strikeout in the book, but Sobosinski gets the bag.
It's tough, man. You don't want to give away outs. If you're Smyrna, you're trying to. You're trying to get a hit, but on the offensive side, you don't want to be giving away runs right now. You want to keep this thing at 2-0 to have a chance. Good job, though. First of all, heads up softball right there by Sobosinski, seeing the ball get by the catcher and bolting directly to first base. If there was any little bit of hesitation there, Glenn, she'd have been out.
Exactly. Brings up Downs, the left fielder for DMA. 0 for 2 today. Fouls it straight back for a strike. I think DMA has had a base runner in every inning except for 1 today. Offers the bunt, gets it down. Third baseman fields it over to first, get the out.
Good job by both teams there. Good job by Smyrna on the rotations, fielding that play clean. And a great job at the dish there by Downs, getting the bunt down, putting the runner in scoring position. Good execution.
Shirey comes up and makes the play for Smyrna on the sacrifice.
It was a laser by Shirey, and it was all in one motion, which was what was needed.
Pop up in the infield. Catcher does a great job to come out and get that, eyeing her. And that's out number 2.
A good job by Iyinger. And she had the mask on.
That
makes it a little bit harder.
And we're not talking about the COVID mask.
No. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Usually you don't see the catcher come out and make a play like that. Give her a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Brings up the pitcher, Frost. She swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for a strike. Frost is 1 for 2 today. She's singled and scored back in the 2nd.
She can help her cause a little bit more here with the runner in scoring position.
Yep, Sobosinski at Well, they went and ran for her, so right field, right to McCutcheon, and that will end the 6th inning. DMA, no runs. They did get a runner on base after a pass ball and a strikeout. No hits in the inning, 6 complete. We go to the 7th. And this is it for Smyrna. They need to get 2 to extend the game here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded.
Welcome back here at the Midway Sports Complex as we enter the 7th and final inning of today's softball game between DMA and Smyrna, and this is it for Smyrna as they trail 2-0 and do not have a hit in this game. Leading off will be the third baseman, Shirey, Dixon on deck, and then Brantley in the hole. Shirey takes low for a ball.
Yeah, Glenn, first things first. You got to get a runner on base. Small battles right now in this inning, but it's going to be tough sledding with Frost and how good she's been.
Just a little bit low for ball 2.
That's been that pitch right there has been called a strike throughout this one.
Shirey worked a full count back in the first inning, but then was called out on a strike. Takes that pitch for a strike.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that's I was going to say that's where Frost has to live right there, and has been this whole game.
And it looks like Shirey is a little closer to the plate in the box. Outside for ball 3.
That's a good. I mean, that's a good pickup by you. I mean, that's the adjustment that I think could be made here by Smyrna. She's been living on the outside part. You got to move up and try and go get it.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Swing, fouled it off. Down the right side, so a full count to Shirey.
Good battle here by Shirey. See if she can straighten that one out. I mean, obviously that's been the game plan, is attack the outside part of the plate. Be like, these hitters can't keep it fair, and the umpire's been calling that third strike.
So that's on the outside part of the plate again for a called strike and a strikeout. And the first out here in the 7th.
Oh man, it's impressive. This is clinical what we're seeing from Frost today.
9 strikeouts now for Grayson Frost. That brings up her counterpart, Peyton Dixon, who just kind of reached out and put the bat on the ball and will go out. Pitcher to first.
Quick.
2 outs quickly here.
Quick by Frost out of the circle, fielded it clean, great footwork, and delivered a strike to first base. What can't she do, Glenn, this girl, right now?
Well, right now she wants this no-hitter.
Yeah.
Here comes Brantley with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
It'd be the third no-hitter of the year for her.
Outside corner, called strike.
Yeah, Smyrna hasn't been able to figure out a strategy to combat that. They've tried bunting, hasn't worked. They've tried slap hitting, hasn't worked.
Swing and a miss on an outside pitch. Brantley in the hole, 0-2.
They tried driving the ball, can't keep them fair. I mean, this has been quite the challenge for them, and understandably so. I mean, you got to give Frost a lot of the credit here. I mean, she's been on point.
And there she ends the game on her 10th strikeout on an outside corner pitch. A no-hitter for Grayson Frost, and DMA shuts out Smyrna by a final score of 2-0, Pat.
Extremely impressive by Grayson Frost. And you saw, she didn't show a lot of emotion throughout the game, but after that strikeout there to end it, she gave a big roar out. And why not? You just no-hitted the defending state champions, which is no easy task to do. Hitting her spots all day, third no-hitter of the season. I'm almost speechless. I can't say very much more about it. It was an extremely impressive performance by Grayson Frost.
All right, finals 2-0. We're going to be back and wrap this up right after we hear from our sponsors here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health screen craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health screen craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
At Ferris
Welcome back here to the Midway Complex. The sun is shining bright, and it is shining bright on DMA pitcher Grayson Frost. A no-hitter today, only allowed 2 base runners on a walk and a hit batter. And she comes through today with a gem. And as you mentioned it many, many times throughout the broadcast, Pat, from our broadcast vantage point out here in center field, we could see the strike zone, and she was just painting the corners.
She was. I mean, she was hit. She let the umpire dictate where the pitch was going, right? He had an outside strike zone. She's like, well, that's where I'm going. I'm hitting my spots outside, and there's nothing that these batters can do about it. It was, like I said, clinical performance from her, and it's just a masterful job right there in the circle today by her.
Frost had 10 strikeouts. We mentioned the no-hitter. 4 hits in the game for DMA, 1 each among 4 different players. The leadoff batter, DeLoso, had a hit. Sobocinski had 1. The pitcher, Frost, had 1. And how about the job by Campbell?
Yeah.
Gabriella Campbell, the freshman, wasn't even in the starting lineup. Coach Allen had to run out here to us right before the game started and say, hey, we've got a scratch. Campbell's starting at center. What does she do? The first time up bat, she gets an RBI single and drives in what turns out to be the only run that Frost needed in the ballgame.
That's right. You got contributions by the person that you rely upon the most, your starting pitcher, the senior, right? Someone that you expect to get it from, and then you get the contribution, big time hit from someone that you weren't maybe expecting something from Campbell. So you got it from both ends of the spectrum, and that's a big win for this DMA program that we just took in. Big win.
Let's run down quickly what we got on tap for everybody next week. We're going to start off with a couple of lacrosse, and we've got some baseball. So Monday night, it's a big lacrosse matchup, boys between Salesianum and Cape Henlopen at Absinio. And then we've got more lacrosse Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's right. DMA at Wilmington Friends, 4 p.m. on that one. Check out for sure. And then Thursdays is baseball night here on Delaware Live Sports. Conrad versus Sally's. That's the first game of a doubleheader at Frawley Stadium. That'll start at 4 p.m. And then shortly after that, right around 7 p.m., anticipate William Penn and Friends also at Frawley Stadium. Good baseball doubleheader there. And then Friday, we got another baseball to cap off the work week. DMA versus Sussex Central at Frawley Stadium. Weekend to be determined. We'll see where things go next weekend. But, yeah, that's what we got on tap, Glenn.
All right, that'll do it for today's game here at Midway. We would like to thank both coaches, Nikki Shirey and Roman Allen. Thanks to our crew here today, cameraman Mike Lang, doing the still shots, the boss man, Nick Halliday. Also, producing for us, Jason Winchell, and my broadcast partner, Pat Gariantes. Most of all, a huge thank you to all our sponsors and to you, the fans, for tuning into the live stream. Once again, the final score today from Midway, DMA 2 and Smyrna nothing. Thanks for tuning in. This is Glenn Frazier from all of us at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.